What's going on, YouTube? StomaWish12 here, back again with another video. I'm here to start off this new Power Ranger series I'm going to be doing. A new Power Ranger series of videos I'm going to be doing. This is going to be about my favorite Rangers according to color. For instance, I'm going to do a video about, my last video is probably going to be my favorite Red Rangers. And my favorite, I'm going to do from red, blue, pink, yellow. Well, it's my red, blue, and yellow are going to be kind of hard because there's always been a red, blue, and yellow Ranger in every series. In every Power Ranger series. So, that's going to be kind of hard to do. So, I'm going to wait to do those videos last. But this video is going to be about and I'm also going to do one about my favorite 6 Rangers. And this video is going to be about my favorite green and black Ranger and my least favorite green and black Ranger. So I'm going to get into the list of my least favorite green and black Rangers. I have 4 least favorite green and black Rangers because I can only think of 4. And number 4, I really didn't want to put him on here, but I said, well, when it comes to the I'm going to go ahead and put him on here. And I got this Trip from Power Rangers Time Force. Trip, he could have been okay. I mean, he's tolerable. He was tolerable, but I mean, because Time Force is an epic season. And it's actually the best acting season of Power Rangers. To date, Time Force is the best acting season with the best actors. The actors on Time Force were great. But the actors on Time Force were great. But Trip, as a character, I really didn't like Trip because he was I know he was the youngest Ranger, but he to me came off kind of like a punk. Now, anybody that loves Trip, do not get mad at me. I mean, this is strictly my opinion, but to me, Trip came off kind of like a punk, and that's actually why I got him at the bottom of the least favorite green and black Rangers. Because the reason I'm doing green and black Rangers because each year on Power Rangers seem like they it's raining outside. I mean, it just really recently started raining. That rain just kind of took me by surprise. So I just want to let you guys know it's raining outside. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. The reason I'm doing green and black Rangers because each year it seemed like they kind of switched it up. And it seemed like one year they have a green Ranger. Well, originally in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers they had a green and black Ranger. But it seemed like through Mighty Morphin they added Black Ranger, and then in Zeo it changed to green, and then Turbo stayed green and went back to black and in space, and then after in space in Lost Galaxy it was green, and then from Lost Galaxy through Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue and Time Force it was green, and it was green in Ninja Storm. And then after Ninja Storm, it went back to black, and then went to green and SPD and other series. But it seems like every year it changed from green to black. So that's why I'm doing green and black Rangers. So anyway, back to the list. My number 3 least favorite Green Ranger is Xander, because even though Xander is the only guy from Mystic Force I could tolerate, I really didn't like him. I didn't like him as much. I didn't like him that much because I really didn't like Mystic Force at all because I think it sucked. And I just recently watched a couple of episodes of it, and I don't think I'm gonna finish it. If I ever decide, and I'm probably gonna wind up doing a review of Mystic Force because later on down the line I'm gonna try to do reviews of all the seasons. But yeah, Mystic Force probably will be to one of the late. It's gonna be on down the line because I still got a review on In Space, and then In Space, which I'm gonna review after I finish this series of videos. I'm gonna review In Space, and guys and people that are gonna watch this video, tell other Power Ranger fans. So please go watch my videos and try to promote my videos on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, because and if also follow me on Twitter. And I'm going to put my Twitter name at the bottom of this video. But enough about that. I'm going to get back to the list. Why I didn't really like Xander. And Xander, to me, I mean, he had an accent. I mean, it was cool. He had an accent and all. I think I think Xander wasn't. Yeah, Xander had the accent for Mystic Force, but to me, Xander seemed kind of weird in a way. He seemed kind of weird, but like I said, I didn't like Mystic Force anyway. And I'm not trying to judge the Rangers by the season, because there's some seasons that lackluster seasons I like the Rangers from. Like I'm gonna say per se TJ in Turbo. I like TJ and Turbo. Didn't like Turbo that much, but I like TJ and Turbo. But anyway, that's Xander, my number 3 least favorite Green and Black Ranger. And number 2, I got Will from Operation Overdrive, because he was fucking conceited. Will was a fucking conceited guy. I mean, he thought he looked good. He thought he was the best Ranger, which I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually think he should have been the Red Ranger, because I think Mac was a douche. Mac was a flat out douche. But I didn't like Will because he always was just so stuck on himself. And I remember the episode when he left. He left the Rangers because of something that didn't go right. I mean, he had some self-confidence issues about being a Ranger, but one thing about Will, and he is a black guy. He was played by a black guy. I didn't like them damn braids he had in. I mean, braids. I think braids should have went out 3 years ago, but I just didn't like the braids. And I didn't like the fact that he was just so stuck on himself. And I think he was the second in command of the team. If you guys don't know who the second in command of the and if you guys want to know why I'm on the pretzel, because I'm fucking hungry. I haven't ate anything all day. So I'm gonna eat this pretzel. But yeah, Will seemed kind of like stuck on himself, and but that's really why I didn't like him. And number 1, I got Carlos, because he fucking sucked. Out of all the he was a Green and Black Ranger. Out of all the Space Rangers and Turbo Rangers, I think Carlos was the worst. And I didn't like him because he was just a fucking bad actor. I mean, Roger Velasco, I think it's his name, Roger Velasco, if that's his name, I think. He was just, to me, his acting wasn't really that good at all. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't prefer him over Justin. I prefer him over Justin in Turbo, but Justin at least did have some key moments, but Carlos was never really used, and he also had self-confidence issues. And I'm like, why would you be self-confident and if somebody put the fate of the world in your hands? But that's why I really didn't like Carlos. And he was kind of, like I said, he was a bad actor, and I can't really think of nothing else to say about Carlos, in the fact that I really just didn't like him. I really didn't connect with the character. Now let's get to my top 5 best Green and Black Rangers. And number 5, I got Bridge from Power Rangers SPD. And I got Bridge on this list strictly because he was a good comic relief character of SPD. He was a good comic relief character. He was an overall good Ranger. I like the little power he had. He just waved his hand. He could see what was happening or what other people were saying, and he could read minds, and that was just cool. And I like his little catchphrase. He goes buttery. He'd do his put his hand on his mouth and say buttery, and that was cool. And that was kind of funny. Even though he did get annoying at times, but I'm not gonna lie, I like SPD as a season in general. But I like Bridge, and he was a good Green Ranger. You never really seen him lead the team because he wasn't even one of the leaders of the team. The team leader was Jack, and the second in command was Sky. But Bridge also he did sometimes help solve the crime of those certain episodes. So that's Bridge, the Green SPD Ranger. And number 4, I got Damon, the Green Lost Galaxy Ranger. And I put Damon on this list because he was a good. I know he kind of started off as a douche, as a dick at first, but he grew on me. I mean, he was a good fighter. He was an overall good Green Ranger. I mean, he had some of his key moments. He had some good moments in Lost Galaxy. But yeah, he I don't think he was second in command. I really don't know who, before Mike came, who was the second in command of the Lost Galaxy Rangers. Was it Kai or was it Damon? But a lot of people say Damon was really never seen leading the team, and really neither was Kai.